Various arrangements had her bodyguards trailing her like shadows, leading to that opening scene. After saying goodbye to Jack, she walked in with her bodyguards to the student party, already the talk of the town. All eyes turned to her as she enjoyed the party. A gunman burst in, prompting the bodyguards to act. They quickly formed a protective wall to escort her out, and right after the incident, she stormed off to confront her dad. Perhaps guilty, Dad agreed to let bodyguards stand down, letting Annie attend the dance solo. But nobody expected such a mess. The flawless photo was used against her father's enemies. As reporters swarmed to invade the dorm, Annie hid in the manager's office under her bodyguard's cover. What she didn't expect was that the guy with only 2 faces of support, Jack, was actually the building manager. Seeing reporters downstairs refusing to leave, Annie felt anxious, brainstorming when Jack took off his hoodie. Then he found a hat, and in an instant, she got his plan without hesitation. She put the hoodie on, successfully tricking both the bodyguards and the reporters. They escaped the dorm safely, sat in a roadside cafe, and enjoyed desserts while dining. Annie curiously asked about Jack's identity, but surprisingly he kept his past under wraps. Left with no choice, she resorted to asking questions. If he were a regular guy, Jack could probably handle all this. Due to her special identity, Jack trusted she'd handle it, and Annie was confident about her background. In truth, her identity was remarkable. She saved the day in class, met Jack again at the dance, and was involved in Jack's escape plan. Jack's appearances were all cleverly orchestrated by Anna's father. At this point, Anna's identity was quite clear indeed. She was the bodyguard planted by Anna's father in the case. However, her dad never expected that this arrangement would lead his daughter to a love worth cherishing. To keep Annie from questioning his identity, Jack shifted the conversation to dreams, and Annie excitedly shared hers. As she was spilling all, they heard reporters' shouts, realized it was wrong, and hurried into an alley. Reporters chased them relentlessly, numbers growing. If they ran on, they'd be cornered. Jack pulled Annie into an unremarkable hidden door, and to their surprise, what awaited them behind it was an entirely different world. Since no one kicked them out, they boldly sat, and today's adventures amazed Annie. Amid all this excitement, she surprisingly opened up to this guy she had seen only 3 times. Time flew by, and as dusk fell, they had quietly slipped back to the dorm, sharing funny past tales and dreams for the new. These few hours together had completely turned Anna's feelings for Jack upside down. Next morning, while Dad handled the reporters, Annie faced a headache of her own. She was certain her feelings for Jack had changed. Anna's roommate, the goddess who had previously lost her pants, boasted about the Friday party and the dorm board. She even highlighted the time and Anna's name, hoping that if Jack showed up, it would reveal his feelings. But Annie was unaware that Jack's position as a bodyguard fundamentally meant that her expectations were destined to be shattered. As an astute observer, she had noticed Anna's feelings since that night at the cinema. Her feelings were like a torrential downpour, having drenched Anna's emotions and taken them beyond boundaries. So, for the next few days, she avoided it and wouldn't attend the party. Through the feedback from the bodyguards, Jack confirmed her suspicions and decided to temporarily disappear from Anna's life. The fate had already intertwined their paths. As deliberate avoidance grew, the situation collapsed, forcing Anna's concerned father to reassign Jack. Upon returning to Anna's side, the constant engagements and interactions among people were ultimately destined to bring about repercussions that one has to face oneself. Annie and her roommate, a West European princess, grew up in the spotlight like Annie. In the face of attention, their attitudes diverged. Annie felt exhausted while she thrived. Ever since Annie made her appearance, everyone's undisputed attention has involuntarily been drawn to her, the more glamorous roommate, and her roommate's jealousy, after numerous instances of suppression, finally erupted due to the significant disparity in the attention they received. Just as Jack finished, Annie had a fallout with her newly met friend, sending her emotions plummeting. Unbothered by studies, her father arranged for Jack to come back into her life. To Jack's utter surprise, Anna's facial expression displayed neither the excitement of a reunion nor any sign of angry outbursts. Instead, she calmly recounted the conflict she had with her roommate. Her reaction wasn't surprising. Ever since Jack bailed on her, she had used the case as a measurement of him. Naturally, no need to chase him. Facing Jack, she felt relaxed and composed. She thought Jack's reason was their identity gap, but felt a tinge of disappointment. The burden of this identity was too heavy. Seeing her downcast, Jack was moved. He instinctively asked if she wanted to go wild. With Annie's dad's nod, they slipped past the bodyguards easily. With Annie lost in fun, she didn't notice anything odd about how Jack easily whisked her away and brought her back safely. Hey there! Today we're diving into an astonishing love story. Fun times are just ahead. Don't forget to subscribe.